Welcome back to Roadmap. More than 5 years after the devastating earthquake in Haiti that killed more than 230,000 and displaced 1.5 million people from their homes, there's one question that hangs over the relief efforts there. Where did all the money go? A new report alleges a string of failures inside the Red Cross, saying the aid organization raised nearly $500 million but built only 6 permanent homes in the poverty-stricken country. The Red Cross responded to this story, saying when land was not available for new homes, the Red Cross provided a range of housing solutions, including rental subsidies, repairs, and retrofitting of existing structures, fulfilling our promise to ensuring tens of thousands of Haitians are back in homes. So, has the Red Cross fulfilled its promises in Haiti? Here to discuss it is the author of that in-depth article, ProPublica reporter Justin Elliott. Justin, thank you very much for joining us. The first question off the bat is, give us an overall sense of what you found from your trip to Haiti and the general conclusion from this article in terms of the Red Cross and housing.
Sure. So the piece is actually based on interviews with a dozen current and former American Red Cross employees, and also internal documents that we obtained and posted. And what we found was broken promises in Haiti, serious problems in the American Red Cross's programs, especially in permanent housing. The CEO of the Red Cross, Gail McGovern, said early on that their focus would be permanent housing, but now, more than 5 years later, they've only built 6 permanent homes, and there were several promises around that were not kept.
Hey, what did you find as the reason for them not keeping those promises? Was it corruption? Was it ineptitude? Was it, as the Red Cross was saying, there were reasons for not being able to get those homes built?
Yeah, definitely part of it was problems inherent to Haiti. There's issues around land title, legal problems in acquiring land there. But we found in our reporting that other groups actually were able to build thousands and thousands of homes compared to the American Red Cross's 6. And people who worked on the program told us that there were years-long delays caused by problems internally at the Red Cross, turnover, lack of strategy, lack of know-how doing this kind of work. So it was a combination of things.
So we know that the money was there, $500 million. We know the output in terms of the houses did not meet those promises that the Red Cross set out for itself. So I guess the question is, where did the money go? How was it spent?
Right, and it's actually still sort of a great mystery at the heart of this.
But the money has been spent, or it's no longer there, or are they just in reserves with the Red Cross?
They say that over 80% of the money has been spent and the rest has been committed to projects. But we've asked them repeatedly for a sort of detailed accounting of all the projects the money went to, a breakdown of the finances, basically. And unfortunately, they've declined to provide that. So it's actually still a mystery, sort of how all of the money was spent.
And you're saying there were also some problems that are inherent in Haiti, but other organizations have not been suffering from them. What are some of those problems in addition to the land titles that you're talking about?
Sure. I mean, while the earthquake in 2010 was a devastating event, it destroyed many of the government's buildings. It was already a weak state.
Yeah.
There's not great infrastructure in the country. Everyone agrees it's a difficult place to operate.
Yeah.
But we did find there were bright spots among some groups operating there, tended to be groups that, unlike the American Red Cross, had a history in Haiti and had experience doing this kind of development work.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, what was the key to their success in terms of being able to get some of their projects off the ground?
Generally, what we found was that groups that had a history there, who had ties locally, who knew how to operate in Haiti, who had a lot of Haitians, or at least people who spoke French or Creole in high-level positions on their staff, were able to do better. One problem we heard again and again with the American Red Cross from people who worked there was that they didn't have Haitians in high levels in their staff. In fact, in one of the documents we published was a memo from the head of the program who said that Red Cross officials were actually making disparaging comments about Haitians, saying we shouldn't look at their resumes because they're not hardworking and that sort of thing. So that was a sort of theme throughout this as well.
So give us an overall sense from your trip down to Haiti. What is the overall condition like today, 5 years after this earthquake, both in terms of just what you saw and observed and specifically with the issue of housing?
Sure. Well, basically all of the rubble from the earthquake has now been cleared almost entirely, so that's a plus. But The general sense from everyone we talked to and what we observed is that the original promises of reconstruction, there was this phrase going around that we were going to build back better, have not been kept. And that's not just on the Red Cross. There was a lot of money that came from governments that flooded in there and other groups. So it's really been a disappointment. There have been some bright spots, but the country is very much struggling.
And specifically with the Red Cross, have you gotten a sense from them through your reporting that they're aware of some of these problems that have been highlighted, and if they're doing anything to address it going forward? Have they put in, any Haitian staff on their program now, or in senior positions? Have they changed anything?
So far, we've gotten some pushback from them on the story. They've published a statement on their website responding to it, which I encourage people to look at along with our story. Yeah. But the main thing to keep in mind is really we did this story because people from the American Red Cross who worked on the program came to us because they were troubled by what happened and thought that there should be an accounting.
Justin Elliott, thank you very much for joining us. Appreciate that insight.
Thank you.
You're watching Roadmap on Shift by MSNBC. We'll be right back after the break.